Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scarce here, a small YouTuber with just over 100 subs. So today we're talking about a subject that I actually was not planning on talking about at all on the channel. I was going to leave it alone because I'm not a drama channel. But this is kind of a commentary channel as well as a joke and parody. And let's put it this way. This channel is essentially a commentary and comedy channel. So you're going to get both. There's satire and there's legitimate commentary. I'd like to think that it's pretty clear when I'm doing one or the other. Now, I was going to ignore this whole thing and not make any videos. Make a couple references about it in my videos. That's about it. There's something going on with YouTube that I have to comment on. At this point, it's kind of necessary for me. I can't keep not talking about it. Not that I haven't talked about it on social media, but it's not the same vent. So let's do a real quick breakdown, just in case somehow you've managed to avoid hearing all of this nonsense, all right? Logan Paul uploaded a video about suicide forests, in which he finds a dead body. Him and his friends walking through the woods, having a good time, and joking around, and then they find a dead body. He put a small PSA thing in the beginning of the video, warning, this is graphic, if you're thinking about suicide, don't commit suicide. It was very small, felt fairly ingenuine, and then ends his PSA.
I will say, before you watch, this is graphic. I think this definitely marks a moment in YouTube history, because I'm pretty sure this has never, hopefully, happened to anyone on YouTube ever. Now, with that said, buckle the fuck up, because you're never gonna see a video like this again.
And like it's some big accomplishment that he finds a dead body, and he put it in the thumbnail and in the title of the video. So he displayed it before you even watched the video. Before you got to the graphic content warning, there was a dead body shown to you. Moving a little forward in the video, eventually they're doing a regular vlog, joking around, having a good time, and then they find the dead body. Oh, cue the dramatic music, which feels a little bit out of place now that you actually have a dead body on screen. Initially they seem shocked and concerned, or at least Logan does.
I really hate to say this. I think there's someone hanging right there. I'm not even, this isn't a joke, guys.
Then they all get these awkward smiles on their face, and they start kind of looking around and somewhat concerned, it seems, but they all have these giggles and such. And they move closer, and eventually they get to the point where they're standing feet away, zooming in on his hands, and talking about the body and how it looks and all this stuff. And it never seems like they're really that concerned. Just another little PSA in the woods that doesn't feel super genuine again, at least to me. Then, as it progresses further, they even have a part where he's almost excited.
I've seen things I can't unsee.
We found a dead body.
Yup!
One of the girls says, we just found a dead body. Like, kind of excited and kind of concerned, but she has like a half smile on her face, and then he just screams,
Yup!
I wasn't going to bother putting that, but that's the excitement on his face after they found a dead body and then looked at it for a few minutes and then supposedly called the cops. I don't know. Then at the video, he did another PSA that, from what I've seen, I didn't see that part of the video initially, but I've seen clips of it and such, and it feels a little more genuine, but I believe I've heard that he then still kind of ended it with like a little plug of his own name or his own merch or something, but don't quote me on that. There was plenty of it in the rest of the video, so it doesn't really affect how much he plugged it during that PSA anyway. Now, for more information on this situation, as well as previous issues with Logan Paul, which there are numerous problems with him in the past, I will link to Dinosaurus, who did a very good job on his video. In Dino's video, he points out that all of Logan Paul's friends were giggling and smiling and trying to stifle laughter and such, which is very strange given that they all supposedly felt awkward and didn't know how to react. One or two people, sure, but as Dina pointed out, it doesn't make any sense that all of them would have that same reaction. It's not that common a reaction to have. It's not very common that is the where your mind goes. That's a signal that something is wrong. And a link to Eddie Burback. Eddie Burback did a very good job on his video as well. Really enjoyed both of these guys' videos. Eddie Burback's video was a little bit more of a comprehensive overview of Logan Paul and his content, rather than being specifically about this one incident, just like Dinosaurus's. Neither one of them is specifically focusing on this event, but there is a little bit of a heaviness to the video because of what happened during this. After the video goes live, after all this stuff happens, the community finds out, the larger community finds out, and is obviously bothered by this. The fact that he had the audacity to record a dead man's body. Somebody who felt so insecure and so bothered about their life that they ended it of their own accord with a rope in the woods where they would not be found. And they were found and put on video and then put on the internet for millions of little kids to see. It's very disturbing that it didn't even occur for any other reason aside from if somebody felt bad enough about themselves to commit suicide, that maybe they wouldn't want their image put all over the internet as having been, killed themselves. Reel it back in. Nope, this is not about... chill. Okay, now before we go any further, before we get too far off of this video, as I said, the community was a whole lot of outrage, a whole lot of reasons that people gave for why he may have did this, why he may have really been doing it secretly. Did he really just want the views, this, that, and the other thing? And a lot of people have made excuses for this and excuses for that. And one thing about the awkwardness of the video, oh, well, he was trying to do a good thing. He was trying to... Well, here's the problem. If he was trying to do a good thing and he knew what the tone was and all that stuff, well, he put dramatic music in there that kind of made it more like an event rather than a serious moment. This isn't a movie. This isn't a movie. He included all the funny bits before and after finding the dead body. That was structured that way intentionally. If they would have not included all the vlog stuff, just did a sit down like this, or like his so sorry video, if they would have just done that and had a serious talk about it. Even then, if you would have shown the video, a little bit of the video, no joking around, but not showing the laughing awkwardly part, all of that stuff weakens your whole point. Personal opinion, over. Anyway, now the community at large flipped. They lost their minds. We're just wondering why YouTube didn't pull this video down, why the video was up still after 24 hours or whatever it had been. Eventually the video comes down. Logan himself removed it, not YouTube. As it was revealed a few, maybe even days later, I can't recall, by Trusted Flagger, the video was reviewed by YouTube and deemed appropriate, but not advertiser friendly. Probably. Who knows? They might have deemed it advertiser friendly if he would have asked for it, but he supposedly uploaded it as demonetized to begin with. So it was flagged by people, then reviewed, and let go by YouTube. Eventually, Logan himself pulled it down. There was a statement made directly, from my understanding, directly to Philip DeFranco when Philip DeFranco directly asked YouTube personnel about it, and the statement was essentially just a copy from their terms of service for YouTube, in which said things of this nature will be handled appropriately or as per our guidelines. But the problem is it wasn't handled per their guidelines. There was gruesome imagery, which I believe is one of the things that is in the terms of service and the community guidelines as a big no-no. The community, again, obviously was not happy with that because that's pretty much a non-answer. And it's just continued to be this whole thing for the last, 9 days now? Until today, when a statement was made. Today is the 9th of January, 2018. Today, a statement was made by YouTube. And I'm leaving a lot of what has transpired out, but I will sum up a little bit here. Major news media have covered this whole situation and the fact that nothing was done by YouTube to stop it. No one did anything at YouTube to stop this. Logan has made multiple apology videos, apparently. I only saw one, so I didn't even know the second one existed. Rather, the first one existed. I only saw the second one, apparently, where he cut out all the stuff saying, low gang or Mavericks or whatever. He did it once and included all that stuff, and now it's less genuine. The written one was just full of references to himself and not in a, I'm sorry, I'm this, I'm that, I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't. There was a whole lot of references to him and his brand that were more promotion than apology. Now, the only thing I feel that Logan has done right is he has now said, after uploading that final I'm sorry video, that he is taking a break. He'll be back soon. That was a few days ago now. That was quite a few days ago now that he posted that on Twitter. He has not posted anything since that I've seen anywhere. And one thing I give him credit for is that whether he feels he should have or not, he told his fans to not defend him. It might seem like, oh, well, that's too little too late to some people. I've not heard any of these YouTube creators that have been in these kind of controversies in the last couple of years. Aside from maybe PewDiePie? No, probably not even PewDiePie. I don't think I've ever even heard PewDiePie say, don't defend me. But he's the only one I can recall that actually said to their fans, don't defend me, what I did was wrong and I don't deserve your defense. And whether he understands why or not, that was the right thing to do. Because it should be clear, with as many people pointed out the problem, that it's not a matter of haters calling you on something that's not wrong. This is a matter of you actually screwing up. And that pretty much catches us up. I mean, aside from some of the different things that have been pointed out, which, like I said, are in some other videos. Now, today, YouTube made their statement, an open letter to our community. Many of you have been frustrated with our lack of communication recently. You're right to be. You deserve to know what's going on. Now, this isn't recently. We, the creators, small and large, have been frustrated with your lack of communication for, what is it, 2018? So years now? Like many others, we were upset by the video that was shared last week. Took you long enough to finally say something about it. Suicide is not a joke, nor should it ever be a driving force for views. As Anna Akana put it perfectly, I have no idea how to pronounce that name, the body was a person that someone loved. You do not walk into a suicide forest with a camera and claim mental health awareness. The way it happened, that is how it comes off. That is how that video came off. We expect more of the creators who build their community on YouTube, as we're sure you do too. The channel violated our community guidelines, we acted accordingly, and we are looking at further consequences. Well, you didn't act according to your community guidelines, which dictate that I believe that would have received a strike, wouldn't it? And the video should have been pulled down, but instead it was actually reviewed by YouTube's staff and given a pass. It's taken us a long time to respond, but we've been listening to everything you've been saying. We know that the actions of one creator can affect the entire community, so we'll have more to share soon on the steps we're taking to ensure videos like this never get circulated again. The problem is, they are claiming they behaved the way they were supposed to by their own guidelines, but they didn't. It's taken us way too long to respond. Yeah, it took you almost 10 days to respond to something that has been in major news, mainstream media news, for like, what, 4 or 5 days now? But we've been listening to everything you've been saying. If you've been listening to everything people are saying, then why did your statement take this long to come out? A lot of people just wanted to hear a statement from you. We know the actions of one creator can affect the entire community. See, now, it's funny, because I don't remember even hearing a statement when PewDiePie got into his controversy with making jokes about Nazis. He lost his entire YouTube show, which neither one of the Pauls has lost theirs, and they're both going through controversy right now. Granted, Jake Paul's is much more minor, it seems. I'm not quite sure, but I think people are giving him a pass partially because it was so long ago. Now, pretty much everybody in the community seems to agree that this is nonsense. This statement was released in multiple posts on Twitter. There's a lot of things that make me think that they're not taking this seriously. This almost feels like they're like, don't bother typing it up, just put it out there. I mean, you're already this late to make your response. If multiple articles were posted by mainstream media almost a week ago at this point, then what is the point of even just hurry up and make multiple Twitter posts? Just freaking type it up and post it like a regular statement. You're a huge company. YouTube seemingly let him get away with it. Behind the scenes, who knows? He might have gotten a slap on the wrist or a talking to. Who knows? Susan What's-Her-Face, who's the CEO, who knows? She might have bent him over her knee and gave him a spanking and said, go to your room. Maybe that's why he's not able to talk. Maybe that's why he posted on Twitter. That being said, I understand why YouTube does need to keep some of these things under lock and key. If they told us all how the demonetization bot works and how this works and how that works, then you would have more people gaming the system to hide their messed up content than ever before. So anyway, this video has basically just been to recap this whole situation, kind of give you a couple links to look into more information about it if you want to see some very interesting takes on it that I've seen that I really liked and I really felt did a good job pointing out some flaws in what was going on. My personal opinion is it was a messed up, disgusting thing that Logan Paul did. Do I think he should get his channel banned? No. Do I think he deserves a community guideline strike? Yes. That's what should have been given to him, and if it hasn't been given to him, then YouTube is lying. They actually, they still are lying because they said he did, that they treated him as per what they should have for their guidelines. And if their guidelines pretty much dictate that his video should have been pulled down, it should have been pulled down. It wasn't a news video. It wasn't a well done educational video. It was a vlog with a dead body in it. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. It was inappropriate and it should have been taken down. The flack that Logan Paul has received for putting this video up is deserved because he didn't even think that it might be a problem when he did it. Thank you for watching, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. And see you next Monday for some more memes. Have a good one.